Namaste, welcome to Chi Gong Sunday. I am Janapati Das. Thank you so much for joining me today. And we're just going to get right into it. I'm sure you've taken some of these classes before. If not, this is your first time, welcome. Feel free to dive back into the library, and I've gone over many types of warm-ups in Qigong and discussed about Qigong and the meanings of Qigong and the meanings of Qi. So what we're going to do today is we're going to continue as of like last week, where we left off continuing working on Ba Duan Jin, or 8 pieces of brocade. And so we're going to focus on that today. And I just want to quickly mention the fact that gong in Chinese is a word that means work, but it can mean many other things as well. It can mean practice. It can mean cultivation. A lot of times you have the word gongyuan, like a garden or a park. You know that the flowers in the garden is cultivated. They take work. They take time to have this beautiful garden grow or practice. So, like in many things, Qigong is a practice. You need to practice, try to practice every day for even 10 minutes or 15 minutes. You'll find that the benefit, you feel that your body feels much more peaceful and healthy because of the being imbibed with Qi, which is free for everyone, doesn't cost anything. Qi is available all over the universe, in the planet, in the plants, in the air, in the grass, in trees, everywhere. So today we're going to do more Qigong, practicing the 8 pieces of brocade. But first, we're just going to start some quick warm-ups. And we'll just start with some shaking. Shaking, wow, who thought shaking would be Qigong? But it is. It allows our body to release stress, release tension. So feel free to just bounce, shake your leg out, dance around a little bit. Shake out. Just loosen up everything. Wiggle, move those muscles and spine around. Good. Okay, now we're going to take our ball and just bounce. This is called Happy Chi. So smile. We're happy today for doing Qigong. Don't need to be so serious. Smile. Not a fake smile. Just feel happy. Feel the happiness. Feel the smile within your body. That's the Qigong thing. If you find tension, you find stress in particular parts of your body, just find that spot. Breathe there. Send a smile there. Be happy. Now we're going to just bounce our ball to the left, to the right. And we're going to push out in front of us, shake out to the side, shake over. The roof is on fire. There we go, yeah, shake it up. There we go, and just reach up like you're going to put something up on your toes. Inhale and shake down. Inhale one more time. Throw down. And down. Good. All right. So we're going to start with a little bit of some sound vibration, some Qigong sound vibration using mantras. The mantra we're going to use today is Goranga. Goranga. So you can say that with me. Goranga. Goranga. Good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do our embracing the sunlight movement, which is on an inhale, we're going to, like we're taking up the sun, which is up here, is called the heavenly Qi. We have heavenly Qi and we have the earthly Qi, and we are in the middle of heavenly Qi, so we keep a balance, yin-yang balance between heaven and earth. So we inhale the heavenly Qi, and then we'll exhale, we're going to say Goranga. And then we're going to inhale again. Goranga. and feel that vibration all the way through your body. Inhale. Let your joints be soft, knees are soft. Time. Let's just shake out a little bit. Good. Now, feel free if you are practicing this. You can, in your practice, you can go back and do the other warm-ups that we've taught, the opening the joints, the tapping, all those things. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to go right into our Baduan Jin practice. 8 pieces of brocade. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take the movements. I'm going to go through the movements here, and feel free to just watch, or if you feel a little bit practiced because of past classes, you can just follow me. I'll take it through the full 8 pieces. Then what we'll do is we'll go back and we'll practice the individual movements. Step your feet together. I'm just going to do it. I won't talk you through it. So Okay, so hopefully you were able to follow that along. And when I'm going to break it down. If you're like, wow, what was he doing? This is my first time. Those are the 8 pieces of brocade, and what we're going to do is we're going to take them, go through them, and then we'll go from there. So, once again, starting from the beginning, our beginning posture. This is actually a very important Chi Gong posture, standing posture. And one of the principles of Chi Gong is in posture. Posture, posture, posture. When your teacher in school used to say, sit up straight, Johnny, sit up straight, there's a point to that. Same thing in Chi Gong. Posture is everything. Our posture in our day-to-day life in the modern world is horrible. We sit in cars, we sit at the computer, we look at our phone, we're in a bad posture, and therefore our chi is not fully, freely moving smoothly because of our posture. In Qigong and in Tai Chi, everything is about posture. So, observe your posture. Imagine this line going straight down through your feet into the ground like roots. Your head is suspended and lifted by a golden thread lifting up. Your shoulders are dropped. And we breathe. The second one, of course, breath. And the third, awareness. Awareness of your chi, awareness of your breath, awareness of your posture. How do we do all those things? Practice, practice. Use the gong. Practice every day. Good. So this is our starting posture. If you notice, if you've seen Tai Chi Chuan, they always start here and they end here. And in Ba Duan Jin, we also do the same thing. We start here, we end here. So, once again, sink your weight straight down. Right now it's 50-50. We stand, right? Our posture is very equal, like a tree, right? We will simultaneously empty. This is my left leg. I know the phone is turned around so it looks like it's my right leg, but this leg here is going to empty, and while simultaneously distributing the weight directly down into this leg, so that boom. This is what we call Kong, not Gong, but Kong. Kong means empty. This means this has gone completely supporting our body. Then we step out. Inhale. Arms come up. Exhale. Arms go down. Good. And we were going to lifting up to the heavens, lifting the sky up into the heavens. Sorry. Inhale. Right, we interlace our fingers. I know you caught that. There's actually a variation on that. This one I teach with the interlacing of the fingers so that we bring the chi together here. But you can also, I've seen it different ways. You can put your hands on top of each other like this. You can start out with your hands together. You can even just lift. So there's no real hard and fast rules sometimes in Qigong. There's a lot of variations. Work whatever works for you. We're looking up into our hands, up to the sky. We're stretching up. Got a slight smile, and we descend down. We just let that float down, right? And we sink with that weight. Inhale. Elongating, looking up. Exhale, let the back of the neck, let everything lift here as we bring our head. So it's the same kind of thing. So I'm going to go into the details here so that you can know these in these practices. But the same idea of your head lifting, we're still lifting here, okay, as we come forward. Looking up, then we elongate our neck, and exhale, let everything descend down, but the head is still being lifted here. We don't collapse the head with it. It's still lifted. Everything else is descending down. Good. practice a couple of those together. Relax as you're doing this movement. Try not to manifest tension in your shoulders or arms. Be aware of the movement, the posture, and the breath. And we'll come down, step our feet together. All right, we've come down here. We cross our hands like the Egyptian mummy, right? That's King Tut, right? Then we're going to go into our archer. Once again, we sink. We're going to empty. Kong here. This one's completely full. I have to look up the word for full, but in Chinese. But you basically empty. Same thing as the beginning of our thing. But here we're going to prepare ourselves to shoot. Sometimes they call this the archer. Sometimes they call it shooting an arrow at a eagle or something. But I don't like to kill birds, so I just call it the archer. Sink. Step out. Sink. Inhale. Cross our arms over. Again, put the weight in the other leg. Step out. Sink. Exhale, right? Simultaneous movements with the breath. Inhale. Hold the breath in as he inhales. Exhale. Now you're aiming. Sometimes when we aim, we want to put the fingers out. Why is that? In yoga, it's a mudra, right? Same kind of idea in Chi Gong. The meridians in the hands, the movement of the fingers creates a mudra. It's a mudra, it's a movement. But you can do it also this way. I've seen it done this way as well. So we can try it, both ways, whatever feels comfortable for you. And we'll step back together. Then we're separating heaven and earth, right? So we've come here, right? This arm goes up, this arm goes down. Up. Opposite directions. So we feel an elongation here, while the simultaneous elongation down. Bring that chi here. Go up. You're bringing simultaneously heaven and earthly chi together and separating. Now, I've mentioned this before. You can actually... it's meant to do Ba Duan Jin in its whole full set. However, they are all Qigong movements. So if you feel like, I just want to do a couple Qigong movements, you could just, sometimes I'm at work or I get out of the car and I just kind of, got to get that. And sitting in the car, I just want to move the chi or, whatever it might be. I just need to stretch. Same kind of thing. Just whoop, I did a quick Qigong for a minute. So it does the excuse that I don't have time to do this, we have time to do it. We really do. We can even throw it in just for a minute. Just in between, oh boy, I've been sitting at the computer typing, let me just get up and, yeah, right? Impress your workmates in the cubicle next to you. Okay, so we've done separating heaven and earth. Right, then we got to come down, bring the ball down, right. And we're going to step out, and then we are going to reach out, let me get into the phone here, right? Reach out, right? So we're reaching out, expanding these meridian lines, the channels in our, you can go to the internet and look at these different acupuncture meridian charts, and you can see the different places by which it's not a coincidence that it follows along the neural pathways. The Chinese knew about this thousands of years before the Europeans. So, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to rotating out. Rotate and simultaneously look over like you're going to look at the back of your heels. But don't, a little bit lean back. Watch your posture so you don't fall back. And simultaneously bring your eyes. So there's this sort of, and this is an inhale, full stretch. And then exhale. Coming forward. The inhale, we'll do the other side. Look over your right side. This is excellent for if you feel like, ooh, I'm getting a cold, or even getting a cold. Prepare yourself, help yourself from getting sick. Inhale. And they actually call this, in fact, looking behind you to ward off sickness. So it is a Chi Gong practice that you can actually, that they've done, and they've done in ancient Chinese, traditional Chinese medicine to basically prepare yourself, your body, your immune system against sickness. So we've done that, right? And we're gonna, from here, we'll step out and squat. Right now we're in a horse stance. This is a horse stance. Why is it a horse stance? Because if you've seen it in martial arts, a lot of times people are in the stance. This is a very solid stance. That's why most martial arts use it. They all, whether it comes from Japan or China or Korea, horse stance. So it's very common. So this one is used by monks, Taoist monks. And they were trained in Chi Gong and in Tai Chi because they were very spiritual, but they were always getting invaded by raiders and thieves and stuff. They had no way to defend themselves because they're just peaceful monks. But I don't think of his name specifically, but the actual trace of back to Chi Gong is in this, where they were taught, Taoist monks were taught these Tai Chi and Chi Gong forms to basically can also be used in a fighting way. So we've come here, we've stepped out. Now we're going to do is put, if it's not comfortable to turn your hands in, ideally you want to put your hands inwards with the thumbs facing forward, but if you can't, you can just do it with your thumbs facing out. Now we're going to start here. Now we're going to rotate our torso. Here we go. And we're going to follow in an arc down in front of us. Inhale and down. Okay, and allow your eyes to follow the movement. Good. So practice, practice, practice. So you think, wow, this is easy to do. These are all easy to do. Practice. You'll find that the very intricate things that you can keep perfecting, the awareness that you have in Qigong, just through the practice, it becomes second nature. So you're able to get more into the posture, feel more with the Qi. So, okay, so then we've done this, we come here, and we're going to step together, inhale, bracing the sun, right? Inhale. Now I want to go over this one because there was actually something I left out. We went down last time, right? And we went behind, I showed you the skeleton last time, and went down the spine. And your hands are facing in with the thumbs down. And you're moving along just slightly above the body. So there's not a real, you're not like completely on the body, but you're just a little bit above it. And you're moving along these meridians. and all the way down to your heels. You come around, this is the part I want to remind you, stick your fingers underneath your toes. This is what I was like, I knew there was something in there. See, even I'm practicing still. So you have your fingers under your toes, and you're going to do is you're going to pull up on your toes while simultaneously lifting up in a stretch. Now, if this is hard because your hamstrings are tight, feel free to just bend your knees a little bit. But the idea is to create a stretch. Inhaling. And then exhale, release it. And inhale, come up. And again, brace the sunlight. And now exhale here. Go down, down the buttocks, behind the legs. Go under the feet. Inhale, stretching up, get a kidney stretch there. Exhale, release, going forward, dropping your head. Inhale, up. Exhale. Good. Good. All right. One more time. All right, come up. Instead of embracing the sunlight, step out into your hiding stance, right? We're stepping out into our horse stance again. Now we've got our light fists that are sitting on our hip bones here, just lightly. Now, facing our opponent, we're going to turn the fist out into a rotating fist, right? And as we do this, we are going to stare more intently, more like sending the chi, like we're sending the chi, like, I see you. It's kind of like the famous scene with Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee. They're like looking at each other, like, okay, we're gonna fight, right? And then there we are. Inhale, exhale. Now as we rotate, we're gonna rotate our hand out, right? This way and recreate our fist. This is an inhale. Lightly, okay? This is our exhale, intense stare. Because if you want to punch your opponent, right? You're sending energy out that way. So this is what we're doing with our eyes. But we also want to not try to manifest tension in our body, because Chi Gong is all about not brute force, but actual subtle force. Okay, good. So you can practice that back and forth. We're kind of coming to the end of the class. So the last movement, we step in. Now we've brought our feet back together. And as we step in, we're going to lift up on our toes. And we're going to look up with our eyes. So this is a tricky balance thing. So you want to kind of do it sort of a little quicker. Don't want to stay here too long. Look up and drop down on your heels. Look up. There's a little bit of an arch. I'll turn a little bit this way. So you're, right? Let's see. Look up and drop down on your heels. So we do that usually 5 to 7 times. Good. And then we're going to step out. That's the last one. In the end, we're going to embrace the sunlight. Bringing it down, interlacing not interlacing, but bringing the webbing of our hands here together. This is meridian points, right? And then situating it here at the dantian, right below the belly button, the major energy center. And then we're going to rotate this triple burner area, which they call triple burner. Stoking. Just relaxing. We're returning all this chi we've generated in our practice of Ba Duan Jin. And we've done that 5 to 7 times. You can go the other way. We'll step our heel together. Now we're back to our spot. And we just breathe. And then we can release our hands. So congratulations. I've taken you through the 8 pieces of brocade. Feel free to review that. We will continue to go through that practice. And for today, thank you so much. I think we're just going to call it for the day. Short and sweet. It's not about how much you know. It's about how well you practice. Even if you practice 1 or 2 movements of Chi Gong a day, is better than practicing the 10. There's so many. There's something like 15,000 different kinds of Chi Gong. So it would take several lifetimes to practice. So it doesn't matter how much you know. It's a matter of how well you practice and how much you know. So I will see you next time. I'm Janapati Das. We'll see you next Saturday. Thank you.